The forest was a cold, indifferent cathedral of towering pines, their branches heavy with snow, muffling every sound and swallowing the last light of day. It was winter, deep in the Ardennes, 1944. The world was locked in ice and silence, the war raging somewhere beyond the trees. I was alone, separated from my unit, with nothing but a knife, my clothes, and a gnawing hunger that grew sharper with every hour. My boots were soaked, my fingers numb, and the weight of isolation pressed down on me. Survival was a brutal, moment-to-moment reality. Every decision mattered, every mistake could be fatal in this frozen wilderness. Each breath felt sharp in my lungs, every sound a threat. The snap of a twig, the distant howl of wind, each one set my nerves on edge. My first meal in days was a scrawny rabbit, snared with a bootlace and a bent sapling. It was a small victory, but in that moment it felt monumental. The fire I built was crude, just enough to cook, hidden in a shallow depression to avoid enemy patrols. I scraped together what dry twigs I could find, hands trembling as I struck sparks into the brittle tinder. I skewered the rabbit on a green stick, turning it over sputtering flames, hoping to cook it enough to eat. The smell of roasting meat was both a comfort and a risk, drawing my senses and reminding me of home. Parts were charred, others barely cooked. I ate quickly, not daring to linger, knowing the fire's glow could betray me. It was a meal of necessity, not pleasure. Each bite was tough, but it gave me the strength to keep going. The smoke stung my eyes, the taste was harsh, but it kept me alive. I savored every mouthful, knowing it might be days before I ate again. This was cooking at its most primal, a frantic battle against time and the elements. The fire was both a friend and a danger, its warmth a fragile shield against the cold. Yet as the warmth seeped into my limbs and the first bites hit my stomach, a flicker of hope returned. For a moment I felt human again, not just a shadow in the snow. That small fire was more than a tool. It was a beacon in the darkness. Its glow pushed back the fear and loneliness, if only for a little while. It was a defiant act against the wilderness and the chaos of war. In that moment, I claimed a tiny piece of the night for myself. Even in the bleakest moments, a little knowledge and determination could harness nature's power to endure. The fire was proof that I could fight back, even when the odds seemed impossible. That primitive roast was the first step on a much longer journey, a reminder that survival is built on small victories, one fire at a time. The Ardennes taught me the difference between surviving and thriving. Survival cooking is about getting calories fast, messy, reactive, driven by need. Bushcraft, though, is intentional. It's about working with the wilderness, not against it. You choose your fire, your wood, your preparation. It's a discipline, not desperation. Instead of burnt, uneven meals, you learn to create perfectly cooked roasts, infused with the forest's subtle flavors. Bushcraft is about control, understanding, and respect for nature's resources. It's a tradition, transforming raw materials into something memorable. The goal is no longer just to eat, but to create, to celebrate your place in the wild. The spit roast is the iconic image of outdoor cooking, simple yet profound. For centuries, people have gathered around open fires, turning meat slowly over glowing embers, sharing stories and meals under the sky. This ancient technique connects us to our roots and to each other. It's more than holding meat over flames. It's about engineering a fire for steady, radiant heat. The right fire isn't just hot, it's consistent, allowing the meat to cook evenly and develop deep, smoky flavors. You need forked uprights, a green wood spit, and careful preparation to secure the meat. Each step matters, from selecting sturdy branches to tying the roast tightly, ensuring it won't slip as it turns. The height above the coals is critical. Too high, it's slow. Too low, it burns. Finding that perfect distance is a balance of art and science, and it can make all the difference in the final result. The real skill is in managing the fire and patiently turning the spit. You must be attentive, rotating the meat at just the right intervals to ensure every side cooks to perfection. As the meat bastes itself, you hear the sizzle, smell the aroma, and watch it transform. The anticipation builds with every turn as juices drip and flavors intensify. Spit roasting is a lesson in patience and observation, a rhythmic, meditative process. It's about being present, tuning in to the subtle cues of the fire and the food. You learn to read the fire, adjust the coals, and watch the meat change. Every adjustment is a response to what you see, hear, and smell, a dance between cook and flame. It's the turning point. You're no longer fighting the elements but dancing with them. Mastering the spit roast means embracing the process, savoring the journey, and celebrating the meal you've created with fire and patience. The hanging roast, or dangle spit, is a bushcraft classic, simple, efficient, and ingenious. Meat hangs vertically beside the fire, suspended from a cord on a bent sapling. A reflector wall bounces heat, and a twisted cord lets the joint spin, self-basting as it cooks. The gentle rotation prevents burning and creates a perfect crust. Juices run down, keeping the meat moist. You can even catch the drippings for sauce. The flavor is clean, smoky, and pure, no heavy charring. This technique is a testament to simplicity and a deep understanding of fire and heat. The earth oven, or pit roast, is ancient and transformative. You dig a pit, build a fire with river stones, and heat it for hours. Once the stones are white hot, you layer in green vegetation, then the food, wrapped in leaves, more greens, hot stones and earth seal in the heat and moisture. Then you wait, sometimes for hours, sometimes all day. There's no checking, you trust the process. When you finally open the pit, a plume of aromatic steam escapes. Meats fall off the bone. Vegetables are infused with smoky, earthy flavor. The result is primal, deeply rewarding, and impossible to replicate any other way. It's a culinary experience rooted in patience and faith. The choice of wood is as vital as the food itself. Each log you select is a building block for the meal's character, influencing not just heat, but aroma and taste. Hardwoods like oak, beech, hickory, and maple burn slow and clean, creating perfect coals and aromatic smoke. Their steady heat lets you cook evenly, while their subtle scents infuse your food with depth. Softwoods burn hot and fast, but their smoke can ruin your meal. The resins in pine or fir create harsh, sooty smoke that overwhelms delicate flavors and leaves a bitter aftertaste. Different woods impart different flavors. Apple and cherry for sweetness, hickory for bold smokiness. Experimenting with blends lets you craft a signature taste unique to your campfire. Managing the fire for the right smoke is a skill. Thin blue smoke for delicacy, denser smoke for stronger flavor. The color and texture of smoke are clues to what your food will taste like. Too much smoke, though, turns food bitter. Balance is everything. A gentle wisp enhances, but a billowing cloud can overpower even the best ingredients. This is the world's oldest seasoning, shaping regional traditions for millennia. Across continents, smoke has preserved, flavored, and transformed food since the dawn of cooking. By learning your woods, you deepen your connection to the land. Recognizing trees and their properties is a skill passed down through generations of outdoor cooks. The forest becomes a larder of flavors unlocked by fire. Every fallen branch or seasoned log is a new opportunity to experiment and savor. Mastering wood and smoke is mastering the soul of bushcraft cooking, a timeless dance between nature, fire, and flavor. Wilderness cooking is never predictable. Success depends on adapting to the land, weather, and available resources. A sudden rain, shifting wind, or lack of materials forces you to change plans. Spit roast, hanging roast, or pit oven. Environmental awareness starts before you light the fire. Wind, ground, safety, and resources all matter. Weather changes everything. Fuel consumption, cooking time, Fire management. Anticipation and flexibility are the marks of a skilled woodsman. Every decision is informed by observation and experience. Bushcraft roasting becomes a dialogue with nature, a test of harmony, not dominance. Cooking over fire is one of humanity's oldest rituals. It's a ceremony that connects us to every ancestor who ever gathered around a flame. The patience of a pit roast, the rhythm of a spit, the simplicity of a hanging roast. These are skills passed down through generations. They can't be learned from books alone. You must feel the heat, smell the smoke, and taste the results. In doing so, you keep a vital part of our heritage alive. Bushcraft is about more than survival. It's about identity. We are the species that mastered fire, changing our world and ourselves. Practicing these arts honors our ancestors' ingenuity and resilience. We step out of the modern noise and into the quiet rhythm of nature and history. Mastering fire and food in the wild is more than a hobby. It's a vital, relevant skill. It teaches self-reliance, patience, and respect for nature. You learn your limits, then surpass them, gaining confidence and satisfaction. Start small. Build a fire, try a simple roast, pay attention to your wood and results. Every mistake is a lesson. Every attempt hones your skills. The wilderness is a patient teacher, demanding respect and attention. Embrace the process. It's one of life's most rewarding journeys. The campfire's flame is a symbol of our enduring connection to the wild. By learning bushcraft roasting, you claim your place in humanity's long story. Go out, build your fire, and keep the flame alive.